She smashed that cheap little badge on my hood like she was branding a cow. Her cow, you know? The metal caved right in, and all I could think was, no way. This cannot be happening. But it was. 1 second, I'm working on the dream project of my career. The next, I'm getting threatened, fined, and suddenly the folks who used to wave in the mornings are giving me side-eye like I'm public enemy number one. Whatever was happening, it wasn't just the usual HOA drama. It was something personal, bigger, like she picked me for a reason. I probably should have known something was off the moment I saw her coming across the street. This badge looked straight off an Amazon novelty rack, pinned on like she was some kind of secret agent. That was Lori Benson for you, president of Willowbrook Gardens HOA for 3 years, but running it like her own private fiefdom. The woman was 45, ran the neighborhood like she was Queen Bee, changing rules whenever the mood hit. Me? I'm Jordan Hale, 36, running an auto restoration shop out of my garage. That classic '67 Mustang sitting in my driveway. It wasn't just another project. It was my shot at finally catching a break, a $5,000 contract that'd keep the lights on 1 more month. Funny thing, the Mustang belonged to someone named C. Whitman. Never met the guy, only ever dealt with his people, which felt a bit formal for a car job, but I was too busy working to overthink it. That Mustang, though, took me back to childhood. My granddad had one just like it, and I used to ride shotgun while he spun stories about burning rubber on the old highways. I built my business from nothing, scraping by, so this car meant hope. Real hope, the kind you don't let yourself feel if you live in a place like this, where someone's always waiting to knock you down a peg. That Tuesday, while I was inspecting the Mustang's paint, making sure everything was perfect for delivery, Lori comes marching over, badge blazing, voice sharp, all business. She tells me to move the car immediately, says it's breaking regulations, but can't actually tell me which ones. I show her my business license, the paperwork, ask for 48 hours to finish up. She's not having it. Starts threatening to call her contacts downtown, drop the hammer on my business, destroy my rep. She moves on to calling my car an eyesore, says I'm tanking everyone's property values. Typical HOA power trip, right? But I kept calm, even when she got personal. Something told me to start recording, so I hit record on my phone. Kept it low, just in case. She didn't even notice. She's too busy going on about her authority, ranting about her special enforcement powers. She keeps saying if I don't move the car right then, there'll be consequences. Whatever that meant. I told her flat out. Moving the car now would ruin the finish. I just needed a little more time to do it right. That's when she totally lost it. She slams that badge into the Mustang's hood, hard. There's this sickening crunch, and I see a dent forming in a paint job that took me weeks. Weeks. I was shaking, half with rage, half just stunned. This wasn't some beat-up junker. This was a classic, worth more than most folks' annual salary, and she just trashed it out of spite. I kept recording. If I lost it now, I'd lose everything. The kicker? She looked proud of herself, like she'd won. But something was off. My garage camera had mysteriously died that morning. Too convenient, right? What stung wasn't just the damage, but the look she gave me, like I should just swallow it. Like I needed to know my place. I couldn't shake the feeling this wasn't about a car. It was about her needing control, making sure everyone knew she was in charge, especially someone like me, running a business from home, not fitting in. That dent. $2,000 to fix, if I could even match the paint. Insurance would pay, maybe, but what do I tell the client? Sorry, the neighborhood queen vandalized your Mustang? I documented everything. Photos, video, timestamped notes. Even Mrs. Peterson was a witness. Looking back, I'm grateful for how methodical I was, because things got real complicated, real fast. Next morning, Lori's on my lawn with 2 sidekicks, all in safety vests and wielding clipboards like they're OSHA. They're posting official documents on my door while I'm still in my robe. It's for $75. Looks legal until you spot the Comic Sans font and grammar mistakes. They threaten to tow the Mustang, ruin my business. I snap pics, note every detail, including Lori's chicken scratch signature. But the show's just getting started. Then Dana Brooks steps in. She's a schoolteacher, soft-spoken, never gets involved. She whispers she got fined $50 for leaving her trash out 6 hours late. 6 hours, after a family emergency. The more she tells me, the more I see the pattern. Petty fines, always just low enough that folks pay up rather than fight. The fear, the isolation, it's a scam, and a pretty smart one. That night, I finally read the real HOA bylaws. Surprise! Lori has zero authority to fine anyone or enforce anything without a board vote. She's running a rogue operation. So, I call the Mustang's registered owner to warn him about the situation and the damage. I get a federal government voicemail system, menus, extensions, the whole 9 yards. Okay, this just got weird. Next day, more fake citations. More threats. I start collecting everything. It's almost funny, watching her try to play dictator with a pile of fake paperwork. I notice neighbors pulling away, not wanting to get caught up. The loneliness was the point, classic bully tactics. But her act starts to slip. The more official she tries to look, the more obvious it is she's making it up. Dana and I compare notes. Her citation, my citation, same cheap paper, same recycled font, same trembling penmanship. All designed to scare people just enough to pay up, never enough to get lawyers involved. I dig deeper. Turns out, not a dime of those fines ever went to HOA projects. No new landscaping, no mailbox repairs, nothing. It's all pocketed. During lunch, I drive to the county clerk's office and learn impersonating an officer is a felony in our state. She's stacking up serious jail time, especially if she targeted government employees. That night, my phone rings. It's the feds. The guy on the line knows my name, address, and tells me not to confront Lori, just document everything. There's an active investigation, and I shouldn't mess it up. Now I'm rattled. Was this just neighborhood drama, or had I stumbled into something much bigger? Thursday, she doubles down, organizing an emergency hearing at the community center. Sends official-looking notices, sets herself up like Judge Judy. I walk in with my evidence, bylaws, fines, recordings. Lori does her best to whip up fear, saying my car is ruining everyone's property values. But when I show the real bylaws, proving she's got no authority, neighbors start getting bold. They ask about their fines, where the money went. People like Mrs. Patterson and Mr. Rodriguez step up, sharing their own stories. The room turns. Lori, now flustered, calls 911 right there, reporting terrorist threats and demanding my arrest. Sirens flash outside. Officer Rodriguez arrives, real badge gleaming. Lori rushes him, waving her fake badge, ranting about my supposed crimes. Rodriguez, stone-faced, listens, then asks for evidence. I hand over everything. Videos, photos, the lot. Rodriguez goes through it, page by page, face getting more serious. He starts asking Lori pointed questions about her training, who authorized her, her enforcement powers. Her answers fall apart fast. Then, the twist, the phone rings. It's the same federal number, and Rodriguez tells me to put it on speaker. The voice is calm. Do not engage. We're moving in. Outside, black SUVs with government plates arrive. Lori is oblivious, still shouting about neighborhood rules while federal agents enter, all business. Then, to everyone's shock, Senator Whitman himself steps out. That Mustang? Federal property, belonging to one of the most powerful politicians in the state. The room goes silent as the senator inspects the car. He thanks me for my documentation, says my work became a linchpin in a federal investigation into HOA fraud targeting government employees. Lori turns white as a sheet. The senator explains to everyone how my restoration job had doubled as a sting operation, collecting evidence against her for months. That's when it hit. Every fake fine, every threat, every bit of intimidation, all of it had been building a federal case. The agents start cataloging evidence, reading Lori her rights as she tries to talk her way out. No luck. The list of charges is long. Impersonating law enforcement, fraud, mail fraud, racketeering, destruction of federal property, threatening federal employees, you name it. Officer Rodriguez adds local charges for property vandalism, makes sure the dent in the Mustang is key evidence. The badge, her beloved badge, is bagged as evidence, symbol of a scam that's finally over. Dana, finally free, stands tall as the new HOA president. Open books, transparency, real accountability. Every dollar stolen goes back to a real improvement fund, run by and for the community. The senator pays to restore the Mustang, plus a hefty bonus, and gives me a standing contract to care for his vintage cars. My business blows up, national magazine features, referrals I can't even keep up with. The whole neighborhood throws a block party to celebrate, Mustang front and center, everyone swapping stories, supporting each other. The unity forged from fighting back is stronger than anything we had before. Lori's house. Foreclosed, yellow sign out front. A warning, mess with the wrong people, you pay. Sometimes, standing up to a bully turns you into more than a survivor. It makes you a voice. I found mine. My grandfather would have been proud, not just of the Mustang, but of how I kept my cool, trusted the facts, and didn't let rage run the show. Justice isn't always quick, but it does arrive. So let me ask, what would you have done if someone like Lori tried this in your neighborhood? Where's the line between neighborly order and outright tyranny? Drop your thoughts below, because sometimes the real lesson is trust slow, drive safe, and never ignore a debt, especially if it's the kind that brings down a kingdom.